In the heart of ancient Jerusalem, where history was etched into every stone, stood the grand palace of King Solomon. As the morning sun cast long, golden fingers through its ornate windows, the halls bustled with a quiet, purposeful energy. Scribes moved with silent grace, and servants polished the gleaming marble floors, the air humming with the promise of a new day under the reign of a king whose wisdom was already becoming legend. It was a kingdom at the peak of its power, a beacon of order and prosperity. This morning's tranquility was destined to be shattered. Within the cavernous throne room, King Solomon sat upon his magnificent throne of ivory and gold, a figure of serene authority. Suddenly the heavy doors swung open, and guards escorted two women before him. They were a study in distress, their clothes torn and their faces streaked with tears and dust. Each woman clutched a small bundle to her chest. One contained a living, breathing infant, while the other held the tragic, still form of a child who had passed in the night. The court fell silent, sensing the profound human drama about to unfold. The first woman fell to her knees, her voice a raw, trembling testament to a mother's deepest grief. "My lord!" she cried, tears streaming down her face as she pointed an accusatory finger at the other. "We live in the same house. Last night, her own son died because she lay on him. And in the darkness, she rose and took my living son from my side and placed her dead child with me." Her words were heavy with the unbearable weight of loss and the desperate hope for justice, her entire being radiating an agony that felt undeniably real. In stark contrast, the second woman stood firm, her expression a mask of fierce indignation. "No," she retorted, her voice sharp and cutting. "The dead one is your son, the living one is mine." She clutched the living baby tighter, her gaze unwavering as she met the king's eyes. Her denial was absolute, a wall of defiance against the first woman's heart-wrenching plea. Two mothers, one child, and no witnesses to the truth. All eyes turned to King Solomon. He did not speak immediately. Instead, he leaned forward, his hand thoughtfully stroking his long beard as he gazed upon the two desperate women. A heavy silence descended upon the throne room, thick with anticipation. The king's expression was one of deep concentration, weighing the lives and lies before him. The fate of a child and the very definition of justice rested upon his next words. The dilemma seemed unsolvable, a perfect knot of human emotion and deceit. After a long moment, Solomon's voice boomed with chilling gravity, delivering a verdict that no one could have anticipated. "Bring me a sword," he commanded. A guard, though visibly perplexed, obeyed. Solomon then declared, "We shall divide the living child in two and give half to one and half to the other." A collective gasp swept through the court. The faces of the courtiers twisted in horror, and the two mothers stared in stunned disbelief. The air crackled with shock at the brutal, seemingly barbaric proposal. Instantly, the first woman's composure shattered completely. A primal scream of desperation tore from her throat. "No, my lord," she begged, her hands outstretched as if to shield the infant from across the room. "Please, give her the living baby. Just do not kill him." In that single selfless cry, her profound and unconditional love for the child was laid bare for all to see. She would rather surrender her son than see a single hair on his head harmed. The second woman, however, remained cold and unmoved. Her lips curled into a bitter line as she gave her chilling consent. "Neither mine nor yours shall he be," she stated with an icy finality. "Divide him." Her cruel indifference echoed in the stunned silence of the room, a horrifying confession of her true nature. In her willingness to see the child destroyed, she revealed the emptiness of her heart and the falsehood of her claim. A knowing, almost imperceptible smile touched King Solomon's lips. The test was complete. He raised his hand, pointing directly at the first weeping woman. "Give the living baby to her," he proclaimed, his voice resonating with divine clarity and profound justice. "By no means slay him, for she is his mother." The true judgment had been rendered, not by a sword of steel, but by a sword of wisdom that cleaved truth from lies. A wave of relief washed over the court, as a guard gently took the living child and placed him into the arms of his true mother. she collapsed, weeping with overwhelming relief and gratitude, cradling her son as if he were the entire world. The false mother, exposed and shamed, was quietly led away by the guards, her deceit undone. As the true mother and child were reunited, King Solomon watched them, a look of profound justice and serene wisdom on his face, his golden crown catching the brilliant light of the morning sun.